So let's just get right into it. Have you ever noticed how some people can just walk into a room and nobody messes with them? They don't have to be the loudest or the most aggressive person there. They just kind of exist, and people naturally give them respect. But then you've got other people in the exact same room who just get walked all over time and time again. It's a really strange dynamic when you think about it, right? Same environment, same group of people, but two totally different experiences. For one person, their time is valued, their opinions are actually heard. But for the other person, they're getting interrupted, their plans get canceled at the last minute, and they're always the butt of the joke. So what is actually going on here? What's the real difference between these two people? And I can tell you from personal experience, I used to be that second person. I was the one everyone walked over. I'd be in the middle of a sentence and get cut off. Friends would flake on me like my time was worthless, and I just have to kind of laugh along with jokes that were made at my expense. It's a painful, really isolating feeling. But then something clicked for me. I realized something absolutely crucial. Disrespect, it isn't random. It's not just that you have bad luck or that people are just mean. No, it's a direct response to the signals we are sending out into the world, a lot of the time without even realizing we're doing it. And this is the core idea we're going to talk about. You might not mean to, but certain behaviors that you do send a very clear message. And that message is, it's okay to treat me poorly. Now, the good news is, once you stop sending those signals, the way people treat you can change, almost overnight. It's not about becoming some whole new person, it's just about changing a few of your moves. So in this explainer, we're going to break down 4 specific behaviors you need to stop right now. These are real, practical moves, and we're going to go through them in order, from the easiest one to start with all the way to the most powerful one. All right, first up, and this one's probably the easiest to change. Stop having a big emotional reaction when you feel disrespected. Think about it. The typical response is one of two things. You either blow up and get angry and defensive, or you just shrink and let it go. And both of those are a huge mistake. See, when you react big, either way, you're signaling that they got to you. You're basically handing them power over your emotions. The right way is to do neither of those things. Instead, you calmly name what they did, and then you just go quiet. You use a simple, direct phrase, just like this one. That was disrespectful. Or, that was a rude thing to say. No yelling, no big long explanation. I actually had a friend who would always make fun of my job, calling me a burger flipper. For a long time, I just laughed along. But the next time he did it, I looked him right in the eye and just said, "That's disrespectful." The whole group went silent. He immediately apologized, and you know what? He never did it again. And here's the breakdown of why this little trick works so incredibly well. You're refusing to play their emotional game. You're just holding up a mirror to their own behavior. And that makes them uncomfortable, not you. See, they expect you to either fight back or fold. When you do neither, they almost always back down. Okay, number 2. This one is all about the value of your time. If you're always, and I mean always, available, answering texts and calls within seconds, you are unintentionally teaching people that your time isn't valuable. I mean, think about it. We wait for people whose time we see as valuable, like a doctor or a big-shot CEO. When you make people wait just a little bit, you're not playing games. You're just signaling that you have a life that doesn't revolve around their every single need. It communicates that your time is a limited, precious resource. This phrase right here is your new best friend. Seriously. Instead of giving an instant yes when someone asks you for a favor or wants to hang out, just say, "Let me check my calendar and I'll get back to you." It buys you time and it immediately positions you as someone who has other commitments. I used to answer every single message instantly. Now I wait. And you know what happened? People started asking, "Hey, do you have time for this?" instead of just demanding it. All right, let's move on to number 3. Now this one can feel a little bit harder because it forces us to confront our fear of conflict. So many of us just accept poor treatment because speaking up feels awkward or uncomfortable in the moment. But here's the thing about that. When you stay quiet, you're literally teaching that person that it's okay to treat you that way. And that resentment, it just builds and builds inside you until you either finally explode or you just start to hate yourself for being a pushover. The right way is to address it the second it happens, not aggressively, but very clearly and very directly. Here's a perfect real-world example. I had a coworker who would constantly try to dump his work on my desk at the end of the day. And for months, I just did it because I didn't want to seem like I wasn't a team player. Finally, one day, he tried it again, and I just looked at him and said, "No, that's your job. I'm not doing it." He was stunned, but he stopped asking. And what's wild is his respect for me actually went up after that. People respect boundaries. And now for the fourth, and I think the most powerful move of all. You have to stop trying to prove that you are worthy of respect. Stop defending yourself, stop over-explaining all your choices, and just operate from the assumption that you already deserve it. See, constantly trying to convince other people that you're smart enough, or good enough, or experienced enough, it's a huge signal of insecurity. People who genuinely know their worth never ever have to defend it. Their quiet confidence is all the proof they need. That constant need for validation, that's what signals weakness. So the key here is to replace those long, rambling justifications with simple, short statements of confidence. When somebody questions you, instead of listing off your entire resume to prove your point, just say something like, "I'm comfortable with my decision," or "I'm confident in this approach." When you act like you deserve respect, people just start to believe that you do. So as we start to wrap up here, you might be noticing that all four of these moves, they all connect back to one single powerful idea. It's really the unifying principle behind earning respect without having to constantly fight for it.
And this is it. You don't need to go out and learn a whole new personality. The strength and the confidence, they're already inside you. You just need to stop doing the things that are covering it up, those weak behaviors that are signaling to everybody else that it's okay to disrespect you.
So what can you do right now, like today? The key is not to get overwhelmed by trying to do all of this at once. Just pick one of these behaviors to start working on, and start immediately.
Here they are again. Stop reacting big. Stop being instantly available. Stop accepting bad treatment. And stop proving yourself. That's it. Just pick one, whichever one feels the easiest or the most relevant to your life right now. Try it one time and just see what happens.
So I'll leave you with this question. Which one of these moves are you going to make first? You do not need anyone's permission to be respected. You already deserve it. It's just time to start acting like it.